Hello and welcome back. In the previous video, well, before I even talk about that, this is not going to be an update on the synth mining, right? This is just additional information that I thought I'd like to share with you guys that you guys might be interested in. In the previous video, I mentioned how I was considering replacing OMG over here with a new crypto or different crypto because OMG has just not been performing, right? It hasn't been producing the mining rewards. In this video, I found the crypto to replace OMG. We're going to replace it with Iris. And I wanted to walk you through the process of how I found the new crypto to replace OMG and the process of swapping it out so that Iris is now mining instead of OMG. Okay, so looking at OMG now, you can see it hasn't done anything. It's got 0 mining rewards. I mean, it's been about a month, almost a month. It's 0 mining rewards, and we've got 46 active. So that's 46 orders on the exchange that are just sitting doing nothing. Okay, so yeah. So I'm gonna take that money from OMG and give it to Iris, and we're gonna see what Iris does over the next, in the near future, right? Hopefully it'll do a lot better than what OMG has been doing. But before that, let's take a quick look at Anchor up here. And look at this. Well, we've got 64 active right now, and look at these. They're gonna pop anytime. It might even happen while I'm recording this video, but I'm not that optimistic at the moment. But probably sometime in the next 24 hours, all these are gonna just pop, right? And I mean, look at that. This is insane. And so we've got a bunch of mining rewards coming pretty soon. All right. Okay, so back to OMG and Iris. Let's go to TradingView, and I want to take a look at. Let's look at Iris first. Well, let's look at OMG real quick here. OMG. This time I have the volatility visualizer on the chart, and you can see where it's calculated, some 20% moves here. And if you look at the time between here and this one, that's about 2 months, right? Let's see. No, that's about a month. So middle of February, middle of January to the middle of February, right? So it's about a month. Okay. And remember, these lines are 20% moves. These represent 20% moves, which clearly there's bigger than that, but this only stops at 20%. It says, okay, right here, if you'd have bought here and exit here, you'd catch 20% move, right? And we need that to be able to gauge how well the miner is going to do in these situations. So now let's go to Iris BTC on MEXC. And now you notice here, these are 20% moves, 20%. There's not a whole lot going on over here, right? But just out of curiosity, I changed my the volatility. Let's change this here from 20% to 10%. Okay, and bam, look at that. Almost about every other day, every 3-4 days, right? Lots of activity. So what I'm going to do with Iris, instead of doing a 5% profit and 5% stash, I'm just going to do the 5% profit and forget about the stash, because look how frequently we'd be hitting And so I'm going to try it and see what happens, right? Maybe it might amount to nothing, but at the same time, it might be good. All right. So the next thing I guess I want to do is start setting it up. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into my synth miner and add Iris. Well, before that, actually, I'm going to... Oh, no, I'm good. I'm good. I can... The thing's out of money. It's not going to place any orders no matter what, because there's nobody has money to trade with, right? Until Anchor has... until Anchor pops. So I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to add Iris. Iris BTC. Oh, the max price. So my max price is, what is that? It's 5 zeros. Goodness. Let's see. Yeah, let's say 0.0000008, right? Do I not have? Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. Okay, my bad. All right. Whoops. That's too small a number. 0.0000008. Okay. And then max spend, I think I had 0.0001 Bitcoin, min profit 5, and min stash 0. Now the other pairs all have min profit 5 and min stash 5, which means they're taking half of the profits in Bitcoin and half of the profits in kind, whatever that is. So if it's Riff or Anchor or whatever. And the reason I did that was because there's going to be a time where the alts pump way higher than Bitcoin does. And if I have a bit of a stash of those, then I can turn around and sell those for more Bitcoin than I would have gotten if I just let the miner, trade, do 10% profit instead of the 5. I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm right. I could be totally wrong. Okay, so we've got this ridiculously tiny number for a price, max price, which represents this right here. We've got the max spend, which is consistent for all the pairs, 0.0001, and the min profit is 5%, and the min stash is 0%. And the hope is, every time we get one of these 10% moves, right, 10% moves, that means there'll be 10 mining rewards, because on the way up, it'll have 10 active miners, and then at the halfway point, it'll start getting mining rewards the rest of the way up, right? Likewise, on the way down, it'll buy, and then on the way back up, it's going to buy even more. So instead of 10, we might get 20, 18, 20 completed rounds when that 10% move is completed. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to add that one in there. All right, there's Iris. Now I'm going to remove OMG. Okay, and I do that by setting the max price to 0. And when I save it, goodbye OMG. So now Iris is the new OMG. Okay, so now I'm going to go onto the exchange and cancel all of my OMG orders. Let's make sure I'm on OMG. All right. I'm going to move myself to the other side here. So hang on. Okay, so I'm going to hide all other pairs so that only the OMG orders show up. Okay, good. And then I'm going to say cancel all. Confirm. And just wait while they all get canceled. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. And now I'm just going to dump it all. So, ew. Okay, I'm gonna dump it all at, I'm not gonna dump it at market though, because I hate market orders. All right, 90, so this might take a while to sell. Okay, so there's my order up there waiting to get picked off. And as soon as it gets picked off, you'll will hopefully see Iris start trading. But not only that, but they're all, Anchor, Riff, and Iris are all going to be competing for trades, right? They're going to be, even though Anchor has what, 64, it has room for 100. So it's going to try and grab some of what we just took from OMG. Iris doesn't have anything yet because it doesn't have money and it just started, right? Riff has 28 and it's going to end up with more as soon as this order goes through. Okay, so, and I'm going to give it about 20 more seconds, and if nothing happens, I'm just going to cancel that order and sell it at market just because I'm recording the video. Normally, if I'm not recording the video, I would just let it sit, because eventually, unless the price started going down, eventually that order will get picked off and everything's fine. And but I kind of want you guys to see what happens once it's kind of like a feeding frenzy. Once the the bait has been laid down for the sharks, they all go and start feeding. All right, that was a significant amount of time to wait, so I'm going to cancel it. And I'm going to see, let's see, nope. There, right there. Boom, gone. All right, so within a few seconds, hopefully, we'll start seeing orders being placed on Anchor, on Iris, and on Riff. It's usually within about 60 seconds. So, let me see, what else was I gonna, there was something else I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember now what it was. All right, I'm gonna move myself back to the other side. And, yeah. Oh, come on. They're all just sitting there doing nothing now. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, like I said, it usually, every 60 seconds, the synth miner, there went one Iris trade, look at that. We got Iris starting already. Yeah, see, buy, buy, buy. So Anchor and Riff. Oh, there went Riff. Okay. So there's another one. So yeah, like I said, once they have money, if they're in a position to trade, then they'll start trading. Right? No other trades, so Iris won't place another trade or another order until this buy order fills and a sell order has been placed for, to match that buy order, right? It's likewise with Riff. But Anchor is still open, and it's just waiting, most likely it's waiting for a price that it can trade at. Because I have this proprietary algorithm that says, okay, if you're at a price, is this an acceptable price for placing an order? And if the answer is yes, then it places the order. There went, oh, yep, Riff, okay. Riff placed another, which means it's going to probably cancel the lower price order eventually. Because the algorithm only allows for one buy order at a time. But because all this stuff is asynchronous, it might place the next buy order. See that one? I think one just went. It might place the next buy order, but the code, there's another section of the code that asynchronously manages whether that order, the older order should be canceled or not. Right. Okay. Anchor is still not doing anything. But anyway, that was pretty much it. I just wanted to kind of show you how to swap out the stuff, how I take away money from one pair to give it to another pair, how I add another pair, and basically kind of how once they're in, I do kind of wish that these guys some of these would start to pop while I was recording. That'd be awesome. My experience has been that it'll get really close and then I get fed up and I end the video, and then 10 minutes later they all start to pop, right? So I'm trying to, that's what happens when you try to will the markets to do something. Anyway, yeah, 93, man, it's happening, but I don't know. And I'm out of stuff to talk about, so I'm not going to let you guys sit here and wait while I'm just babbling endlessly about nothing in particular. So let's make an end right here. Again, you guys, there's still time and we still have slots available to, to subscribe to synthetic mining, right? The potential is there, and I'm almost convinced that I found Iris, and I'm almost convinced that, you don't know for sure, but just from the looks of the chart, let's go back to that chart. I mean, that's a lot of 10% moves, and we're going for a 5% profit, right? So that's the potential for a lot of, look at this line just formed. I don't think that line was there when I started the video. That's cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it wasn't there, but I don't remember. I'll have to rewind it later and go back and see. Anyway, this just looks, there's so much potential there, and I hope that it continues in that pattern, because it'd be nice to see some mining rewards on the third pair, right? Which was the one that was kind of hindering us from reaching the target, which was an average of 8 per day, right? I mean, it might go 2 weeks without anything, but then in a day it might produce 60, right? 40, 60, whatever. And so when you average it out, my target is 8 per day with 3 pairs, or about 3 per pair per day, but not quite, right? 8 is enough. 9 is better. Anything more than that is way, way better. So that's it for now, you guys. Again, if you haven't signed up for Oddbeaker Synthetic Mining, now is the time. Pretty soon we're going to have the halving, and we're talking just days away from the halving. The volatility is going to get absolutely insane, between now and then, and for the few weeks after the halving. And this thing, you've seen how it drinks up volatility, and it just, spits out these rewards like crazy. When you get these spikes, 20% spike here and there, and then dump and spike and dump and spike, and this thing, it just drinks it up, right? And so, I don't know what else to tell you guys. Just get out there and do it. There's links in the description below to show you, to get you for more information about the synthetic mining. And there's also links in the description for these indicators, right? The OBSM channel and the volatility visualizer. They're both on TradingView and they're both free. So if you guys like TradingView, go and add those to your favorites and play around with them, and kind of maybe you can use it for some of your own trading as well. I designed them specifically for Oddbeaker Synthetic Mining, but they do have, they could be useful for other stuff as well. All right, so that's it for now. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.